An introspective look at the consequences of war, The Last Jedi is easily the strongest and most beautifully shot of the new Star Wars films. At 2.5 hours, it's also the longest in the franchise, but it does a great job of weaving humor and drama together to create an engaging, personal film. Some people may call it too quippy, but the humor is in line with the original spirit of the franchise and never feels tonally out of place.
Keep your distance though, Chewie, but don't look like you're trying to keep your distance. I don't know. Fly casual.
Its clear director and writer Rian Johnson knew fans expected a retelling of Empire Strikes Back, and he uses that assumption to his benefit. Instead of retreading the same path, The Last Jedi borrows a few plot elements from both Empire and Return of the Jedi before quickly bulldozing into its own territory. While the relationship between Luke and Rey slightly mirrors that of Yoda and Luke, the two mentors are coming from extremely different perspectives and teaching two pupils who have different expectations. Similarly, both Empire and Last Jedi see the dark side come out in force to smash the Resistance, but The Last Jedi's focus on the toll of constant warfare and deconstructing myths elevates it to a new level. Unafraid to shake up the board, Johnson turns in a complex, self-contained story that will leave fans fired up about what's next for Star Wars. Picking up right where Force Awakens ends, most of The Last Jedi takes place in the span of a few days, as the rebels are forced to evade and defend themselves from an onslaught of First Order ships. No matter how hard they fight or how much they sacrifice, there's always another hurdle for them to jump over. The other Star Wars movies have a sense of calming down at various moments, but this movie continually raises the stakes and highlights how war's underdogs never get a chance to slow down and truly mourn their losses. While this framing device does a good job creating tension, the bloated pace results in a movie that never gets a chance to catch its breath as the characters frantically run around to get everything done. The desire to keep things energetic results in a sluggish second act and an underwhelming casino sequence that feels more like a Disneyland attraction than a fully developed story beat. War is looked at from everyone's perspective, and the movie even intelligently discusses the double-edged sword of martyrdom, but the idea is at its most interesting when the old and young generations clash. General Leia and Poe Dameron in particular, who have a loving relationship, butt heads a few times throughout the movie due to their different perspectives. Leia grew up surrounded by conflict, and she's tired of watching good people die, a mindset she's developed through a lifetime of difficult choices. Poe, on the other hand, has the headstrong mentality that most young modern heroes do. Shoot first and ask questions later might work sometimes, but when your army faces insurmountable odds, that behavior is reckless. In a situation where Poe believes his actions led to a victory, Leia sees a failure, and that difference of perspective adds a personal layer to an already explosive situation. A lot of these big, comic booky movies suffer from having a mediocre villain, but Kylo Ren is one of the most complex, engaging characters in the whole franchise. His longing to be accepted, mixed with his potent vulnerability, results in a powerful individual who keeps the audience empathetic despite the vile deeds he performs. More than just some evil force that wants to destroy the world, Ren is a deeply conflicted man who hurts himself with every step he takes. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of The Force Awakens or Rogue One, but The Last Jedi really connected with me. Johnson's made an emotional, extremely personal movie that challenges all of the characters in major ways. In addition to the powerful performances, beautiful art design, and sharp cinematography, The Last Jedi has my favorite ever fight scene from a Star Wars movie, and I can't wait till it's plastered all over YouTube. It's obviously not perfect, and there are a few bits that come across as cheesy or unnecessary, but overall it's a great film. It's hard to be excited about the idea of Star Wars dominating the Christmas box office till I die, but if Disney allows Johnson and other filmmakers to craft intelligent stories like this that challenge audience expectations, I'll keep checking them out. It doesn't even matter how I rate this because you're all gonna see it anyway, so I guess I'll just give it 10 porgs and call it a day.